Hello, everyone, and welcome to London Open session with Ivan FX here. We're going to go through the setups we had from yesterday, most likely, making sure that we are going through those. Yeah, can't complain about the rest. So, good morning. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And we're just going to go through. If you want to be on this stream, if you want to be a guest here, have me a DM. And I want people who is here for the knowledge and can contribute positively. So if you want to be a part of it, cool. You're very much welcome. Good morning, Dillian. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So what I want you to do is I want to buy yen pairs this morning. And we talked about yesterday on the stream on A1 that we were going to see if we can get some buys in there. And I said yesterday, we might have the low in the next 2 hours of that stream. And what happened? I kid you not. Right? I kid you not. So there is a fundamental update today. Good morning, Sisikelo. Good morning, good morning, good morning. That RBA are hinting that they're pausing. There was no increase of interest rate hikes. That means that I am less likely to buy Aussie dollar as the Australian dollar because they should. I'm not saying they should fall now, but less bullish is probably the word. Ever since the rate hike started in Australia, which was around, I'm not going to say specifically 3rd, but around, give or take, around 3rd of May, they had a very they had 0.25. That was 3rd of May 2022. So around there. What have we done ever since? That is around 94. We have dropped, give or take, 400 pips, 300 pips on the increase of interest rates. So yeah, even 91.70. So 200 pips, give or take. So that is the effect of the increase of interest rates in Australia. That means that everything was priced in before the rate hikes. If you guys can hear the music in the background, I'll be nice to tell me if you do, and if you don't, I will turn up the volume. That's all. Okay, cool. So what do we need? I already have a limit order here at 89.30 from yesterday. It has not been triggered yet. So you know, I welcome this pullback on Aussie yen. I'm not so sure if I want to buy that one specifically because of RBA. If you go over to CAD yen, this is 1 a.m., 2 a.m. my time. There is your entry. And if we can get down to 1998.614 by this session, that'll be great. I can take that. So that is our price there. See, add alert there. Give alert there. Add alert for euro. Yeah, what can we say? Started off here at Asia Open, but hasn't come down yet. So hello, Roxana. The point here that I'm trying to make is, 1, I'm patient. 2, I want a specific set of activities to happen, or a specific set of what do you call it? I want price to come back down again. And until that happens, I don't really care about the rest. Right? Cool. So, what about a pound yen? No, that either didn't work out. And what if the low was Asia Open last night? Should we then buy Asia Open, or should we wait for London? The answer is no. I'm not gonna wait for London. I'm not gonna buy Asia Open just because it's Asia Open. I'm gonna buy because it's a bullish trend at support. And if we have if you have Asia doing higher highs, we have doing higher highs probably, and then come back down again, then I will take it. But right now, that's not what I see. So this is just a day trade. We can come back tomorrow, for that matter, but that's kind of what I want to see. So this is kind of my more like prime that I want to see, and this is kind of what I don't want to see. And then can we come back in New York? Maybe. So currently, I'm just sitting and waiting on my day trade at around 64.24. That's all. Just sitting and waiting. There is nothing else to do there. New Zealand yen. This one has a red candle. Okay. So what if we come back down here? Then can we buy it here, or should we buy it all the way down to 82, which is both supports? I would say that's my plan A and that's my plan B. And that's my plan C. More than anything else. Hello, Joe. Boom. Okay, maybe to take that camera there. Boom. Jessica says, hi, Evan. RBA held rates. Dovish. Australian strength from yesterday is gone. What do you think? Just tell me bullish about it. What do you think will happen to Australian dollar when the Reserve Bank of Australia says they're not going to increase interest rates anymore? What is the direct implication to currency pair? Is that things? Is that strength, or is that weakness? Is it strength or is that weakness? Just asking for a friend. Okay, I'll give you the answer. And I just want to remind you that Australian dollar, US dollar hit target on the weekly yesterday. Pretty hard. So a pullback is technically very likely. But does that mean that RBA makes Australian dollar bearish? Give me the answer, please. So yeah, fair enough. Where is pound Aussie? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Aussie Swissy. Okay. Aussie is weakest today then. Fair enough. It's weakness. Okay. So the initial reaction is weakness. I agree with that. That RBA is that will make Aussie weak. But the underlying factors is still a very strong Australian economy. That's why they have been keep hiking interest rates. So the short-term answer is Australian down, and the long-term answer is Australian up. Why? Because, well, if Fed starts doing the same thing, dollar's going to weaken. Yeah, Australia is going to be stronger because of that. If Australia peaks, but dollar doesn't, this is going to go down. So this is very heavily dependent on what dollar do. Secondly, for Australia in itself, yeah, it will lead to strength in the end because the underlying factor of the economy is still going to be great, unless we're going to recession. But that in the end is also going to add more strength to it because it's going to have then the Australian So Reserve Bank of Australia is going to start QE again. So regardless, it's a win-win. Secondly, we have China reopening. That should help out Australia not falling into shambles, at least. Okay, good. Just saying, where are we? We are on YouTube. 2 seconds. Cool. Just asked you about the music earlier, and you guys didn't tell me it was high, so. All right. Cool. So it's a bit annoying. Cool. So moving forward, the Australian dollar hit the target early this week. Are you gonna try buy it off now? Or what is kind of your deal here? What I'm gonna tell you here is be very careful. I'm not saying that it is trying to catch a falling knife, but it's definitely catching a falling knife. The other thing that you can do is wait for next week. So whatever happens this week, maybe you end up at 66.50, fine. If it then makes a higher high, sure, you can then catch the pullback. But as the state of right now, Aussie, is not positive for bullishness. If you're thinking bearishness, I also would argue that a break of that is great. A break of that is great. But then you need to have a strong dollar, American dollar on the opposite side. And do you have that? And my answer to that is no. Not really. Not really. Not really. What about a euro? Completely different case, by the way. It is trying to make higher highs and higher lows. It came down to 108 yesterday, skyrocketed back up again. What does that mean? Does that mean that we have a lot of sells coming in? That means that we have a lot of buyers coming in, meaning that we're still building higher and we just need to break 109.20. Are we able to do that? Depends today. If not, we're probably going to fall down again. Meaning that my dollar bearish project is kind of like off the table for some time. Gold yesterday. What did we talk about yesterday? Sells. Somebody wanted to sell gold. And I was like, no, that is not a good idea. So ever since that meeting, gold has fallen. Okay, fine. What does that mean? That just means that you just wait for a new high, wait for the pullback, and you catch it there. That's all that you're waiting for as a buyer. But if you're thinking of selling, you need to break a lot of structure. 1950, 1940, 1935, probably 1945. You need to break these lows. How do you break those lows? You should be able to break those pretty hard and determinedly. Okay, you have to determine that whatever you do is going to be as best as you can, right? Meaning, when you do gold trading, you are content with what you're doing. You know exactly what to do, and exactly in whatever the situation is. Meaning that when you have a new high, you wait for the pullback. The other question that you have to ask yourself is the boost out of gold. Has gold lost the momentum? Yes, it has lost momentum. It is no longer the strong trend it once was. And where are we now? We are 4th of April. How is April supposed to be for gold? Does anybody know that? How is gold supposed to be for the month of April? Is that a bullish month? Is that a bearish month? Are you fundamentally bearish? Are you fundamentally bullish on gold? If we go to April 7th, which day is 7th? That's a Friday. On April 7th, from 2nd, we have 70% winning chance. We have generally 1.55% return. We have a Sharpe ratio of 0.66. It's not great. It's okay. It should be much higher, but okay. Max profit is 7%. Max loss is 0.7%. And you can see here for the years, it's either very good or not so much. Okay, so if we continue to look forward to something here, what do I know? I know that ever since January, or even not even ever since January, ever since December, there's an uptrend where Sharpe ratio is much higher, profit is much better, return is pretty decent. And I know that if I trade this, generally I will make profit. And we are now reaching a peak. So you're going to get a bit of a different results moving forward. It's going to be a bit different. It's going to not be fantastic. It's a pretty flat. Some years it's good, sometimes it's bad. So there is two things you can do in this situation. You can either look for the bearishness on around 10th and 11th, new lower lows, pull turnarounds and whatever, or you can buy the bullishness. Totally up to you. Or you can do both for that matter. Because when you go back on gold and you look through what generally tends to happen in April, right? So this is April 2022. Had a peak 18th. Had a bottom around 29th of March. Okay. So beginning of April, bottom, peak to 18th. Okay, fair enough. 2021, bottom was 30th of March, 31st, sorry. But we just continued. That was 2021, okay. And there was a peak around 18th, but didn't fall down. Okay, continued on. Okay, fine. Okay. 2021 is kind of 2020. Sorry, is kind of like an odd year. Not really interested in that because of a completely different reasons of why market moved. Here again, we have a bottom around beginning of April, peak 11th. So if we take that into our consideration, where around 30th, there might be a bottom or even third, and we might rise until 11th or 18th before falling. So we can maybe do that. So which team are you going to be on in the meantime? Are you going to be going higher or not? What resource is that? That is seasonx.com. So choose your team, whatever you want to do. So I would just caution you if you want to buy now, it's very high. But if you makes a higher high, come back to pull back, fine. You do you You do you. What about New Zealand yen or yen pairs for that matter? Do we have the same system for them? Are they also peaking around 11th? Who's that? They are peaking 19th or 11th, with the bottom around 21st, where there is 50% chance that it will go higher. Sharp ratio really low on this one. 66%. Small returns. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe not so good. Okay. Around 1%, 2% return. Okay. Not really fantastic analyze, just 9%. Meaning every year if you bought these every year, you will get 9% return. Not horrible, by the way. But yeah. Meaning for New Zealand dollar, was it 20th? No. 13th. I have pointed out as peak on New Zealand. I'll point out peak in New Zealand on 13th. If you go to New Zealand dollar, that is New Zealand, we can see here that we are peaking around there and we're going to go down seasonality wise. Pretty good statistics. 25% annualized return if you sold every year. There's only 1 year it didn't. That was 2021. So you either buy up to 13th, you either buy up to 13th or you look for the reversal around 13th on New Zealand dollar. That is purely New Zealand and purely seasonality. What would make us, for example, do that? What kind of market conditions do we need for that to be happening? Do we need a stronger dollar? Yes. Do we need maybe higher CPI? Yes. Do we need maybe risk events? Yeah. But what else do we need? We need technically bearish. So currently we are around here this year. That was 2022. That was the peak. Okay, fair enough. For 2021, that was a different year. True, that didn't work out that year. That was the one that didn't work out. Cool. Okay, I said April, right? April 11th, yeah. That year it worked out. That wasn't the peak, but it started to go bearish after that. Okay, fair enough. Just take that away. There, 11th. This one is around that same price, okay? Until it then kicks off around 11th of May for 2017. So, what are we going to do? What are we doing in this situation then? This another one, 13th peaks, and then it falls off pretty hard onto 15th. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with that. Why would New Zealand dollar be bearish for this upcoming period? Does everybody know that? My little theory is that we're going into winter, that there's less economic activity in New Zealand, so that's what we are pricing in. Didn't work out in 2021. 2020 I'm just going to skip. Doesn't really matter. 11th of April is there. Okay. Peaks. And 2018. 11th of April. Yeah, give or take peaks there too. Okay. AJ buy now at support and resistance. I want it down to either 88.50 or day trade, small trade, and 48.9. Yeah. Okay, I need to discuss that with myself actually. Okay, interesting. Ivan, what do you expect from FP? Do you think Strub Jungle Report's going to give a dollar a lift? Hi, Jessica. Do you know what? It's going to be a very not interesting day. Do you know why? Why is it not going to be an interesting day on Friday? Thank you for showing everything, Ivan. Good job. Okay, I can buy Australian dollar on 0.0, like small lot size there, 0.2 maybe, like 20% off, 8% off. Okay. Okay. What is the yen currently with a very small lot size? Just wondering why my face is there, where it is. Okay, can take it up there. Okay, can't. So I currently bought Aussie yen. Oh wow! Ooh. All right, mate. All right, I see ya. Okay, didn't come down to where I wanted it to come down to. So when you do your research about stuff, right? Just doing that, you see these deep pullbacks. That's what you expect on yen, on pound, and still rising. Amazing. Yeah, all right. That went down the drain, mate. How is G pound doing? The reason was bearish on G previously was there. How is pound dollar doing? The reason is I was bearish on D previously was there was a divergence with the RSI 15. It's near a significant resistance, as well as COT data at that current time. I do not understand what you are talking about. I will have to double check what you are saying so that I can fully understand what you mean, because I won't understand what you mean. Meaning, says Kelo, how profitable, how good is RSI for you? How well does that do you? Okay. So at the time, currently, you would say the COT data is bearish. Retail sentiment is definitely bearish. So that is a divergence there. There is no clear. There's nothing clear there. I would say that. I would say that you. Yeah, probably. Is this what you're meaning? 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame, and then you added RSI. Is this what you were seeing? This kilo? Alexander bought pound yen yesterday. Good on you. Ideally, pound should break below 123. I definitely have 100% agree on that. But is this what you were seeing with the RSI and stuff? Because that worries me. Yeah. That worries me. Sure. It can definitely work. But do you have the track record for it? That's my answer. That's my question. Sorry. Okay. So initially, you were thinking that since it was going as high as 65 or what, that it should fall down. But okay. In the meantime, did you buy pound dollar, Joe? Oh, euro is also on the move. Wow. USD CAD is also on the move. Oh, what a beautiful day, huh? What a beautiful day. Euro yen is on the move. Small, but steadily. Pound almost met a new high. Okay, so you see that this is going higher, and you're seeing that this is now a downtrend, but this is an uptrend, so there should be a divergence to the downside. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. That's not how I learned RSI, but fair enough. Nothing to worry about. Euro is at weekly target, no weekly R1. Sorry. Okay. As I just wanted to hit 110. That's all I wanted to be happening. So we are now at 109.30. We are literally have a higher high now. Weak, but not close. So if we can close above this one in the next 6 minutes. Is the move to employment new in Europe? I don't know what you mean, Roxana. Okay, there's nothing there. I don't see any unemployment today though. So I don't know where that could have been when that was coming out. All I see is Germany imports and exports and trade balance. Then you have Eurozone PPI later today. Yeah. Aussie weakest of the day. So far. Doesn't shock me. That's already things we already know. Yeah, but that is not currently moving it. It's currently dollar dropping. Whatever they are pricing in. But what you can do is Carlo. I apparently didn't understand it correctly, which is fair enough. Send me screenshots on Discord and send me a screenshot on Discord. Put up all the explanation. Add track record to it. And prove that it works. That's all I'm asking for. I just had a conversation yesterday with one of my mentorship students. He's currently doing only seasonality. He had 11% return on investment in March, 5% draw. It wasn't the drawdown actually. Risk, which we calculated through his. He had a Sharpe ratio of 245, which I would say is really great. The other thing is that he bought the yen pairs from the bottom around here in this area and got most of it. So yeah. What's the plan tonight? Today, I think I would say it's morning though, but morning is to buy yen pairs. Just waiting for him to come dropping down. Put a limit. Bought Aussie yen at 189.50. So I'm currently 7 pips in profit or whatever. So yeah. Nothing else than that. Just waiting for euro to come down, though it's going higher. Waiting for pound to come down, even though it's going higher. So it's either that or we are going to do that tomorrow instead. So I put a trade on. Currently 7 pips in profit there. But yeah, GU is on the move. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It makes new higher highs in the bullish trend. That's all. It melts my heart, and it's almost a target for today. So it's almost about to get out. USDN is unfortunately not tradable, and it's currently a range, so it's worthless to trade it. Hello, Sahir Ahmed. Hello. This is Kalo. Do you know what I'm gonna do, bro? If you have done this for 2 years and still not profitable about it, there's only one thing to do: toss it the heck out of the window. If you have not been profitable for 2 years, move on, because you should definitely be able to prove that you're profitable for over 2 years on this. Okay, but the core of Nick's trade strategy is to trade a trend, right? But you're telling me that pound should be bearish or fall when it's bullish. That's what worries me, and that's what bothers me. Okay, that's what bothers me. If you sold, if you sold pound here, sure. If you sold pound here, sure. If you sold pound here, sure. But not when it makes a new higher high for the year, right? Or it's up there. And if this thing didn't happen, then at least break 123, right? Which you said you wanted to do. That's great. Then we have learned something. Any words on gold? I've already gone through gold. But I wanted to make a new higher high. I want it to break 99.80 before buying again. To be honest, I want you to prove to me that it still has the strength to go higher. So that is a buy above 18.19. Something like that. Is that good? Sahir? Good enough? That's definitely good enough for me, people. I need to run. Literally, I'm going out for a run. My trainer has arrived. He says he's here. So I'm going to go. Currently, what am I on? Aussie yen. Bought there. That means that I should be generally 13, 15 pips in profit. If you want to close it, totally up to you. Boom. Another profitable stream. Have a great day. Have a great evening. And you will see me again soon. See ya. Love you, family.